one and all to a very premium spirits review here at the K.O.E. Nation. I am the elated and excited titled Lord of the Scottish Highlands, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. The Blend Master is excited, folks.
I mean, this is the first new Highland malt since Tony G here, through dedication, made yours truly, Phil K.O.E., now Lord Phil K.O.E., because I'm now a Lord of the Scottish Highlands, and
it's only fitting that this be the first Highland Scotch that you
and what
review.
a doozy. The Dalmore Dominium. Travel exclusive, folks.
Yeah.
Finished in first fill Methuselah sherry casks. So let's get into the box here. Dominium means domain and celebrates the land of our ancestors. In 1263, Colin of Kintail, chief of the clan Mackenzie, bravely saved King Alexander III of Scotland from a fury of the charging stag. At the Dalmore, we believe that fortune favors the brave, and this proves to be true for the clan Mackenzie, who were given 3 rewards from the grateful king, including the lands of Kintail in the West Highlands and the castle of Elaine Donan. I'm certain I did not pronounce that in the proper Gaelic.
Close enough.
Which lay within. Now, the art of the Dalmore. At the Dalmore, we believe that true excellence in whiskey making, like great art, can be achieved only by a few. Our 8 idiosyncratic stills create a spirit. I can't believe I got that one right. Spirit unrivaled in its richness and complexity. Its true potential is released through maturation in only the finest casks, many available only to the Dalmore and hand-selected by our master distiller, Richard Patterson. Yes, oh my goodness, yes. He is my personal whiskey spirit animal. Like, I'll just straight up say it.
That's fair.
The Dalmore Dominium, here we go. This is how this comes to be. Dominium begins as a complex assemblage of spirits selected from our finest American white oak ex-bourbon casks, making the perfect canvas for which to create this special single malt. It's then finished in first fill Methuselah sherry casks from the renowned Gonzales Baez bodega. No other single malt Scotch is given access to these rare and valuable casks, which have held Oloroso sherry for a minimum of 30 years before they are ready to achieve the flavors our master distiller is seeking for this expression. The influence of the aged sherry wood creates a whiskey which is rich and complex with an elegant maturity. Now, strangely enough, they don't say what the age statement is on this,
they don't.
but from a lot of reviews, and I love these boxes. Yeah. I'm going to actually recycle the box in a wine rack.
Yeah, the presentation's amazing.
Here we go. Now, this is a European exclusive. This guy found it for me online, sent it to me. He's like, so Phil, does this interest you? Yes, this might pique my interests. This might pique my interest greatly, good sir.
Yeah, you could say it's piqued your interest.
So it's
a couple of times.
1 liter. It's not even the standard American, and also it just bears.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to this is it's got all of this European stuff on the back, like it's a UK exclusive. Oh, that's amazing.
As legitimate as it gets.
And this good gentleman here found it, and I am looking forward.
The fact that you've held off opening this, that as long as you have, I want to
savor. I want to savor.
I understand, but open that damn bottle.
Fair enough. Oh, man.
Like, finally, a Dalmore Travel exclusive.
We've been waiting for this one.
This is.
I've been looking all over for this, and we are finally here, folks. So, let's get a nose and tea.
Oh, cheers indeed.
And as they say in Gaelic, Slanjiva, which I think means to your health.
That's fair, but
oh wow,
that's insane.
That's deep
chocolate.
Wow. Very sherry. Like, this is
that's
sherry.
That's what I get immediately is the sherry. I'm not even getting the chocolate yet. I'm just overwhelmed in that gorgeous sherry casking. Oh, I love the nose on this. This might just maybe be better than the Dalmore 12 on the nose, which is my favorite nose.
I hate to say this is a more powerful nose, but it's all fruity. It's all just.
This is like
plums and raisins.
Yeah, it reminds me of opening some sort of fruit, a jar of fruit. And so I can't.
Apricots,
maybe, but there's something that reminds me of. I can't quite think of it. Oh, fig, yes. Oh yeah, you nailed it. Yeah,
it took me a minute,
fig,
because it's not as much apricot as it is just fig.
That works.
It took me a minute to find it, but
that's an amazing nose.
I think it's
going to be even better on the palate, though. Light, crush,
chocolatey, delightful.
Wow! Oh wow!
And the tiniest. There's a hint of something on the back, and I can't quite hit it yet. I don't know what it is, but it's delightful. And I haven't got it from a Scotch like this before.
There's a spice on the end there, but yeah.
I'll read what the tasting notes say on the end here, but let's try and go through. I haven't even read them.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's like a hint of like a. You know the candy bars that have the little bits of coconut in them? Like just like if you're just. But just that tiny bit of flavor on the end. But man, it's so chocolatey and cherries and figs.
The wine casking is a huge influence on this. The nose is definitely more fruity than the palate. You get that. You can just feel on your tongue the influence of the sherry cask, which is really different than a lot of the Dalmore expressions.
This is very sherry forward.
Oh yeah, and in a really nice way.
Yes, I gotta say, because it's got the bourbon. It's the house style of starting off with bourbon.
Yeah,
and then it goes to this. This is first fill.
Wow, that's really nice.
Good God.
Yeah, I can see why this isn't part of the principal line. Why this is more of a retail exclusive unicorn bottle, because this is definitely different than what you'd expect from the Dalmore, but it does feel quite familiar.
Yes, it's got the house style, but like, to quote Spinal Tap, but this goes up to 11. Like, am I wrong? This is like Super 12. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so this is 43%.
So it's a little higher in ABV, but it don't drink like it. It drinks like it's 40.
Well, it doesn't list proof or ABV. It just says 43% by volume.
That's ABV.
So 70 CL, I would assume, is their translation on that.
Yeah, and it's 1 liter, but yeah, it's 43% alcohol by volume. Oh, marvelous, and it drinks like a 40.
I'd say that's probably fair.
Now let's see what it says on the tasting notes here. Aromas: sweet fruits, sandalwood, lemon tart, honey, caramel, coffee, and a hint of licorice spice.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Palate: sherry-soaked raisins.
Yep.
Fair.
There. Yep. Nailed
Black
it.
toffee and banana cake.
Banana cake. Okay.
There's like a baked quality to it, so yeah.
Yeah, like a baked fruit.
I was about to say, like, for us here stateside, like, this is like banana cake, maybe not much, but like more like lemon bread and that kind of stuff. Like, not necessarily the lemon taste, but just the consistency in your palate. The finish. I don't know what that word is. Terrasul tart? Yeah, I don't know. Give that a shot.
Treacle, Treacle, treacle tart.
Yeah.
Pineapple, Oxford marmalade, ginger spice, like I said, at the end there's a spice, and dates. So yeah, right in line basically with what you were getting.
I mean, yeah, and this is so. All right, T. Now we get to the grading part of this, which is going to be tough for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Now, as a single malt Scotch.
Oh, as a single malt, I'm gonna.
Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, we grade on several different categories on a 5-star scale. So, 1 being 5 being amazing, must get your hands on it before you leave this life. How would you rate this on a 5-star scale as a single malt?
That's just craftsmanship. I'll give that a 4 on a single malt. Yeah, easily 4. It's complex. There's so much there. It's different enough from the Dalmore, but familiar enough that I think that's just another great example of the expert craftsmanship.
I was about to say, if you were to give this to me in a blind, it'd be like, okay, what new interesting experiment from the Dalmore am I drinking?
Yeah.
I'm going to be way more generous than you. I'm giving this 4.5 stars as a single malt Scotch, which for a non-age statement is spectacular.
Okay.
As a Scotch whiskey, putting it up against all the blended Scotches, all the single malts, even some of the single grains and what have you in the world of Scotch whiskey.
I'll go 3.75 on that. It's really nice. This is more of an exclusive palate. Like, this isn't something that you're just gonna shove down anybody's throat, because I don't think anybody would appreciate the complexities here. But it's still really good. But I'm just gonna go slightly under 4.
Okay, I'm gonna be more generous than you, obviously.
Expect.
Because also this one is gonna be one of those that I might hide when there's gonna be a lot of people over at my house. And this will be used for just special guests, like if my brothers are over, or like a special occasion, a birthday. I'll probably hold some of this back for Christmas next year, or this upcoming year.
There you go.
But as a Scotch, I'm going to give it 4.25.
Okay.
So it's a spectacular Scotch, but you are getting into a bit more crowded waters. And as a Scotch, yes, it's amazing. Yes, it hits my palate perfectly. But I understand that, like, there's people that like peated Scotches. There's people that like all these other. But to me, like, this is like, if you were to give an example of a sherried malt, like right here, like this is the best proof of type.
Yeah, it's about as good at sherry as you can get.
Yes. So I'm gonna. So now we move on to even broadening it a little more. As a whiskey, putting it up against all the Scotches, the bourbons, the Irish whiskeys, the American, Canadian whiskeys, Japanese whiskeys, the whole world of whiskey.
I'm going to go 4.
4?
Yeah, I'm going to say 4.
And why do you say that, sir?
Because this is a very diverse whiskey. Just reading off the box there, all the different tastes on your palate, all the special nosing. I don't know, it's just so complex to me that this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill whiskey. This blows most of your bourbon out of the water as far as the backstory goes. It's not even close by any means, but most Scotches can't touch what went into this.
To be true, and that's true for their Scotches, and like you said, there's bourbons that can't touch the craftsmanship, and that's because of master distiller Richard Patterson, and also his amazing blending abilities, because he knows, like, all right, this barrel's a little bit too sherry forward, we need to mellow it with a little bit more bourbon. He's the guy that makes this amazing stuff possible. So I'm as much a fan of the Dalmore as much as I am, like, just a huge follower of Richard Patterson. Definitely follow him. He gives amazing lectures on general history, and that he knows the history of the West, so he knows the history of Scotch whiskey. But, all right. For me as a whiskey, I'm going to agree with you. I'm giving it 4 stars as a whiskey. So this one, above 4, and it's definitely a recommend. If you can find it, well, actually, no. If you can find it, don't don't
do
need
it.
any of this
Don't
stuff.
do
I
it.
mean, save more of it for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't.
yeah. There we go.
Yeah, don't do it.
Now, in terms of shelving, T, just may I?
Yeah.
May I?
Yep, that looks about right. Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
it would go right there, and when it goes to my house, it's going top shelf, middle to be seen. It's one of my flex bottles, along with a UK Connoisseur's Choice 14-year Dalmore. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of the distillery. I don't know if
We've noticed. Yes.
I don't. Yeah, I think the K.O.E Nation might have picked that up, but
Just slightly.
let's bring this one back down here. Now, Tony, the price of this bottle, I think we both established, yes, this is top shelf.
Yeah.
We're not, like, there's no debate there. Excuse me. The price of this bottle was, once we did all the currency conversions, had to go from pounds to euros to dollars. It was a really weird, yeah. But this was ultimately $101 USD. For $101, if you were to see this bottle, would you put it on the shelf? Would you grab it for like, I know it's right on the line.
I think I would, but the other thing is, there's so many other travel exclusives from the Dalmore that I'm just I want to try them all. I know you do. You want to own them all. I at least want to try them all.
Yeah, for Dalmore for me is kind of like almost a grown-up Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Got to catch them all. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and the fact that I was able to get my hands on this UK exclusive, and Tony, let's be frank, one of the better Dalmores we've had.
Oh yeah, this is amazing
Like
stuff.
this is up there with 15. It's different.
Yeah.
Because 15 is very clean. It's so light.
This
I
is-
mean, you get everything, but it's just a light, clean, lovely Scotch.
The 15's like just.
It was well regarded at my family Christmas. So
The 15's like a cheddar, whereas this is an extra sharp cheddar. If that makes any sense.
yeah, or like a very, very, very flavorful craft European cheese. Like
Yeah.
like that. That's a very good way of putting it. My goodness. Yes, I will seek out another bottle at that price. I think the cutoff for me would probably be about 120 to 130.
Okay.
That'd be my cutoff for picking up this particular bottle. But you're absolutely right. I am definitely looking for the other travel exclusives because they've got the quintet, the quartet, and the trio coming out. And so these might be coming a lot more rare. So, folks, definitely see if you can get them. But, Tony, first of all,
Amazing.
as I'm known to say around here, folks. All that being said, this has been our review of the Dalmore Dominium Travel Exclusive. I am the elated and excited Lord Phil K.O.E. signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner,
The Blend Master, Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. Delicious.